Our topic is the international aid organizations for the Syrian refugee crisis. This is a topic that is so important to learn more about and expand our knowledge on. It is important to learn not only what organizations are doing for Syria, but for the world.
Many students only know that organizations exist, but do not know the depths and hardships that people in the organizations like UNICEF and the UN go through every day to help as many people as they can. The children of Syria are the future for a better life and success, but it is becoming impossible for them to attend school because of all the violence. More than 8 million children are in need of foreign aid because they don't have things like clean water or a safe place to sleep away from the violence like we do in the United States.
According to Syrian authorities, 57% of public hospitals in the country have been damaged and 36% are no longer functional.
Within Syrian borders, 13.5 million people are in need of humanitarian assistance, with 4.5 million refugees located in hard-to-access areas. UNICEF is one of the most effective resources for Syrians and have plans to help them in the future. In 2016, they vaccinated over 3 million children under 5 through their polio campaigns and provided back-to-school supplies for over 2 million children aged 5 to 17. These organizations get funded daily, but due to the overwhelming rise in people in Syria, there is also a continuous need for supplies. For some circumstances, the supplies cannot be delivered or it takes a while for it to be delivered, but one way or another, if the organizations have supplies, they will do their best to help. The Syrian refugees are receiving a lot of aid, but are also lacking in areas. They lack in funds, causing them to be short on other supplies needed at this time. The maximum is now $14 per person per month for urban refugees in Lebanon and Jordan. "95% of the money donated to the Red Cross goes directly to Syrian refugees, and the other 5% goes to the cost it takes to fund the organization."
Samaritan's Purse organization says that 90% of the money donated goes right to the cause, while the other 10% goes to funding and workers.
The war in Syria has been going on for 6 years. This resulted in over 6 million Syrian people fleeing to other countries, such as the United States.
13.5 million people need humanitarian assistance due to the violent war that began in the year 2011.
In 2016, 70% of Christians said that they were willing to act on behalf of refugees, but only 38% took action.
Participation is the voluntary and generous engagement of a person in social interchange. It is necessary that all participate, each according to his position and role, in promoting the common good. This obligation is inherent to the dignity of the human person. The more prosperous nations are obliged, to the extent they are able, to welcome the foreigner in search of the security and the means of livelihood which he cannot find in his country of origin. Public authorities should see to it that the natural right is respected that places a guest under the protection of those who receive him.
This means that as Catholics, we should be morally responsible for taking care of our Syrian brothers and sisters, and we should be more willing to step up and help. Donate. Some good places to donate are UNICEF, Red Cross International, Islamic Relief USA, and Doctors Without Borders.
Volunteer. Some good places to volunteer are Doctors Without Borders and the International Rescue Committee.
Talk about the situation with friends, family, on social media, and to your local government authorities to raise awareness. Pray. Ask your family and friends to join in prayer for all those suffering from this injustice.
Created using Powtoon.